All right, you got me loud and clear?
Yeah, gotcha.
Got you the same? How's the old camera angle looking?
It's too high.
Too high?
Down. Yeah, go down. Yeah, that's pretty close. Maybe come down a little bit more. There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll give that a shot. And we're recording. All right, so we're waiting for the clutch light out. Clutch light is out.
Yeah, just make sure it's recording. All right, you're good.
Okay. All right, warm up RPM. We're going to 70, 75%. I'm on the throttle.
Okay. Put the air conditioner on.
Sounds good. All right, 70 to 75%. Limit map chart, we're checking that. So about 70, 75 degrees today. We'll go sea level. We're looking at so 20C, 22.6. So 23.5 would be our max. So 22.6 and 23.5. 22.6. And that was our old one last week too. All right, engine gauges, we're reviewing everything, so amps are good, oil pressure is in the green. We're at 3/4 and 3/4 on both tanks. Cylinder head temperature is coming slowly up, and oil temp is in the green. We're static, we're 0. We're at, come down a little bit on the throttle.
You're lucky the governor didn't take it. I mean, it was like, looked like it was right about to take it. So be aware, I want you to keep coming back to the RPMs until, because they will start to creep up on you.
Got it. Okay, as the engine warms up, it becomes a little more efficient.
Yeah, so you set it at 75 and then it just creeps. So what you don't want to do is have you or a student hit 80% and then go up and then panic and roll it on.
Right.
You know, and then it goes above the red, right? So keep
Right.
We're going to New Braunfels, so we can program that in the
Okay,
GPS
yeah,
there.
I'll come inside and do that. So going direct. K-Baz.
K-Baz.
All right, K-Baz, and then I was playing around with a simulator online, trying to just get better at this. Trying to figure out the one where...
The frequencies?
Yeah, where it shows the, I believe it's this page.
What are you looking for?
Yeah, where it shows the frequencies and the runways for K-Baz.
Right here, so go back. So what you want to do is go back to, this is the default nav. If you get lost, just hold clear.
Yep.
And it'll go to default nav. So big knob to the right, we'll highlight the airport. Once you get to the airport, stop, switch knobs, little knob. So little knob to the right, runways, little knob to the right, all the freaks. And so what you can do is you can push the cursor, and then big knob will change the highlighted, whatever is highlighted, hit enter, and it'll push it to the secondary comm right there.
Okay.
So if we want to get out, just hold clear. And then I like this screen that's one little knob to the right and it shows our overhead view and all that stuff. So.
Okay.
So we've got there's the ATIS in the secondary right there.
Okay, so we can bring ATIS to the primary.
Yeah.
35 in use, advise contact, you have information above transmission echo 1652 to the wind call.
You can turn the radio up if you want. So, go ahead and squelch it. Push the squelch.
Temperature 1,
there you go.
2.06, altimeter 3003. Runway 35 in use, advise contact, you have information echo. Above transmission echo time 1652 to the wind calm, weather better than 5005, temperature 190.06, altimeter 3003. Runway 35 in use, advise contact, you have information echo.
Echo, okay.
Transmission echo time 1652.
Echo, squelch it. There you go. All right, so we need the tower in the standby now.
Yep,
we have
and 3006.
3003, yeah, that's what you said, right?
Yep, you're right.
That's pretty close to where you're at right there. All right, so
tower. And we'll put tower in standby. So tower is, let's use the GPS for that.
Sure.
So I'm going to go.
And it's, go back. You were on the screen. So big knob to the right. And then it saves what we were already on.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, so
okay.
let me reset you to what you would normally see. So now
I'm going to the airport view, and then I'm going little knob over to the right, and I got everything I want right there.
One more to the right. There you go. That's what you want. Okay, so now use the cursor to get that frequency. So push the cursor, and then big knob.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. Yep.
Enter. No, not the cursor. Enter. There you go. Now,
all right. So we
clear.
got.
Yeah, that's all you need right now.
127050 in standby. Okay.
So hold clear for default nav to reset it. And then little knob to the right. Your other right.
Thank you
There
very
you go.
much.
Okay.
All right. All right, so we're set on avionics. We got CTAF in primary and New Braunfels in the alternate. We got the ATIS Echo. Come back onto the checklist. Map chart we check, engine gauges we check, mag drop at 75, 7% at 2. So we're still stabilized at, might come up a little bit, 70 to 75.
Okay.
All right, 70 to 75. I'm checking the mags, going over to right first. So
hang on. Go back. It's from 75 exactly.
75
not from
exactly.
70 because you don't want it to go into the yellow when you're doing the mag check. So come up to 75.
Understood.
There you go. All right. Now it did mag check.
All right, so doing the mag check at 75, going over to right, 1000, 1000, back to both, no less than 7%, or no more than 7%.
Yep.
Now checking left, going, let's stabilize at 75
bit, yeah.
too.
There you go. Sometimes you got to help it out a little bit.
Stabilize 75, going left, 1000, 1000, back to both.
Mags look good.
All right, carb heat check, we're looking for cat rise, RPM drop, so carb heat identified, coming on, and...
Okay, looks like cat is
carb heat
properly, but the RPMs are coming down.
Yeah. So we got
guys look at the cat gauge. We'll write it up in the discrepancy log right there.
Okay. And sprite clutch check, so we're going to reduce the throttle down to idle and watch the needle split. So we're stabilized at roughly 75%, going to idle, and we have a needle split.
All right. What's the way? What if we didn't have a noticeable split? How could we make that split a little more kind of exaggerated?
I could increase RPM up to 102, 104.
Oh, no, so watch. So as you're coming up about 80, so as it's rising, cut it right there.
I got you. Use the inertia.
Yeah, that's it, right. So just you don't even have to go above 80. Just as it's coming up, boom, cut it again. So because some of these, when they're warm or R44s, whatever, they'll barely be able to notice a split. So you don't have to come all the way up. Just just as it's rising up, chop it then.
Got it.
Okay. I'm good with that.
All right, cyclic and collector frictions. Let me make sure I'm not skipping around here. Sprite clutch jack doors are off. Cyclic collector frictions, we're coming off on both.
Okay.
Off on the cyclic, off on the collective. Increased throttle to 80%, so we're coming up. All right, governor's got it.
All right.
All right, clutch lights out, governor's got it. We're at 80%. Low road RPM, we're going to increase collective and reduce throttle slightly to check it. It comes on at 97.
Okay.
So I'm increasing collective and reducing throttle. There's the horn and the light. Going back down and allowing the governor to do his job.
Okay, looks good.
All right, we're stabilized 102 to 104 and pre-takeoff check. So my checklist is secure. Lights are out. RPMs are 102, 104, and everything's in the green. We got amps good. We're three quarter on gas, and carb heat is off. So winds are calm. We can depart. I would say just runway 36 out of here.
That's 34. Yep.
34. Sorry, and proceed direct to New Braunfels.
Okay. Yeah, and what we'll do is we'll come out of the runway and we'll do a little lower. We'll do a little governor off operations, and then we'll take off with no governor, and we'll go over there. And then we'll go straight into running landing.
Straight into the running landing in New Braunfels.
You got it.
Okay. All right, we're clear left.
Okay.
Clear right.
We got our truck, but he's vacating the runway right there. We're good.
All right, coming up. All right, CG and flight controls feel normal. Coming forward. The tail will be coming right. New Braunfels traffic, helicopter 142 Victor Alpha is departing the parking area for runway 34, correction, Huber.
Okay, there you go. All right, clear left, clear right. Come on center.
Right, tail's coming right, clear right.
Clear right.
And Huber, 4 Bravo, join the right down 135.
Got him in sight.
34 Huber.
Okay, no problem. So I'm going to go ahead and switch the governor off. Okay, so governor is off now. So using that kind of manual throttle manipulation, we don't need to do much. Just keep it on the lower end. So what I'm going to do to demonstrate kind of lower RPM is I'm just going to roll throttle down a little bit and let the helicopter kind of settle down. And it'll, I mean, Just coming to the bottom of the green just to kind of show them that.
Yeah.
So now as you lower collective, watch the RPMs come down.
That is very different for me with the carburetor.
Yeah.
So that muscle memory for me is going to be tough.
So let's disengage, or let's engage the governor. Let's roll back up past 80.
All right, rolling throttle to 80.
Okay, governor has it. Let it take it in the green.
Yep.
All right, now I'm going to disengage the governor.
Okay.
And as we raise, so start with rolling throttle down first, then raise, down first, then raise. There you go. Down first, roll down. Easy, not so much. Don't lower it below the green. All right. Good. Raise up. Okay, now roll on just a touch, just to get it to the top of the green, just a little bit. There we go. That'll reduce our power input. Okay, let's make a call. We're on the go 3-4, departure northwest.
Okay. Huber traffic, helicopter 142 Victor Alpha is going to be takeoff runway 34, departure to the northwest, Huber.
Okay, good to go.
All right, before takeoff's good, I'm on the go.
So just ease her out, being aware of the RPM.
Huber traffic, helicopter 544 Bravo Bravo with turn signal final.
Roll down a little bit, there you go. So luckily the wind's calm. On Gus, governor off, you have to really kind of watch it, because if you pay attention to the governor, it's normally going all over the place.
Yeah.
Gus.
All right, building our airspeed.
Okay, all right, there's 485. Let's climb out.
Climbing out.
Keep the collective up. There we go. Once we're established in flight, now we're not going to get a huge fluctuation of that RPM because we're under load, and it's not going to be a huge big change. We got on course is about 340 or so.
340. Going to climb up to 900.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that muscle memory is kicking my ass right now.
Yeah. So now in flight, though, there's really not a lot of manual throttle manipulation that we have to worry about.
Yeah, I'm noticing that, yeah. All right, there's 900. I'm clear left, turning left.
Okay, go straight on course. Okay, governor is coming back on, and governor is on.
Governor on.
Okay, on course. Right there. There's the airport right there. I got visual on the airport.
Yep, I have it in sight.
Okay. All right, let's switch frequencies to New Braunfels. That's not going to work. So on New Braunfels, we have information.
Echo.
Echo. All right, so let's level off about 1,200 feet. It's going to be the pattern altitude for New Braunfels. Let's go and give them a call, because we're 5.5 miles out, so let's go give them a call.
Yep. New Braunfels Tower, helicopter 142 Victor Alpha.
Helicopter 142 Victor Alpha, New Braunfels Tower.
Braunfels Tower 142 Victor Alpha is 5 miles to the southeast, bound to land run 35 with Echo.
Helicopter 142 Victor Alpha, roger. Report a 3 mile straight in, runway 35.
3 miles straight in for 142 Victor Alpha for 35.
Okay, so 1,200 feet, you're going a little bit past that. All right, so once we get a normal approach, I'm going to kind of take over and do the demonstration for the, how I would teach the
run-on?
The run-on, yeah. So where's 3.5?
So 3.5, looking to get oriented on the airfield. I believe I see it, I see the control tower.
Look at your compass.
Yep.
So you're pointing 3.5 now, so which runway is it? The left or the right one? All right, you got the wrong way.
Yeah.
November 724 Delta Papa New Braunfels ground runway 35, taxi via Alpha Foxtrot.
Remember, 3 mile final, which means we're going to have to aim left. So aim at that water tower straight ahead.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. Yep.
Just aim at that water tower right there. There we go. So, you know, if we're not familiar with the airport, I want you to look at that airport diagram and start thinking about your entry into that airspace. All right, so 1,200 feet. Keep our speed up at 60 minimum.
Got a bird, 12 o'clock.
Okay, got him.
I'm going to alter course slightly to the left.
All right. No problem. All right, clear back on course.
I'm going to increase airspeed a little bit, lose this altitude, get back down to 1,200.
Sounds good.
I've got runway 35 in sight.
Okay, good.
4 Delta Papa, you want your clearance now or adult shorted targets available? And 724 Delta Papa, you're cleared to the Beaumont Airport via radar vectors Churn, Victor 198, Weimar, then as filed. Maintain 3,000, expect 7,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 128.05, squawk 4715.
Before landing check, lights are out, RPMs 102, 104, gauges, everything's in the green, three-quarter.
Okay.
I'll be making my turn to final here soon. I'm looking left, don't have anybody on final. Still high, need to get down to 1200.
Because we're at 3.5 miles out. So we can just intercept right on 3 miles.
Turn right on Echo, cross runway 13, taxi to parking, monitor
speed up.
Right on Echo, cross 13, Alpha to parking.
Alright, this will be a run-on landing?
Yep. Okay. So once we get to final, I'll take controls and I'll demonstrate, then we'll come around and you'll
full stop and taxi back to the runway. 391 around.
Helicopter 142 Victor Alpha, you're going to be number 2 following the Skyhawk, just about left downwind midfield. There'll be a full stop, report him in sight.
Okay, 142 Victor Alpha, searching for traffic, understand number 2 for 35.
So that would have been a good time to say, and we're 3 miles final.
Yep.
Victor 1 Romeo.
Alright, he's in a left track pattern. Alright, so start that descent. Come down
Put him above the horizon.
Coming up on about a 2.5 mile final.
Alright, he's aware where we're at. I got him in sight, traffic in sight.
Okay, yeah, I have him in sight as well.
Let him know.
Number 2. And Tower 142 Victor Alpha has traffic on downwind in sight.
Alright, you stepped on somebody right when you're transmitting.
Helicopter 142 Victor Alpha, Roger, you're going to be number 2 following that traffic. They are full stop, runway 35. You're cleared for the option. Are you a full stop or are you going to be a pattern work?
Clear for the option. We'd like just a couple laps of the pattern for 142 Victor Alpha.
Victor Alpha, Roger, completion of your option, make right close traffic.
Okay, right close after completion, 142 Victor Alpha.
Aircraft 7 miles west of the field.
I got him in sight.
Say again.
Alright, come on down.
9445 Delta.
Alright, coming down to 900.
Landing.
9445 Delta, understand you're west or you're east of the field?
I'm west now.
Come down to 1,000, we'll get it down there.
9445 Delta, Roger, and...
Just about 16 knots is fine.
Report 3 miles west of the field.
Okay,
and
so we've already, don't forget our downwind checks, because we're not in a downwind, right? So we're, our pre-landing checklist and everything, we've already pulled CARP for the descent.
Yep, I did do the before landing, I forgot CARP.
Okay, that's a big one, right?
Yep.
So, you know, in order to reduce collective setting, low manifold pressure, we gotta remember that one.
This guy's runway alignment's way off.
Yeah. So if it gets crazy, we're going to request short approaches to 3-1.
Okay.
Get our own runway over there, but it doesn't look too busy.
I wouldn't mind shooting this approach.
What's that? Yeah, for sure. But I mean, have you done a running landing against 22 before? Oh,
yeah, we've done them.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, well then walk me through it then.
All right, so at this point, we're going to execute a running landing.
Okay.
We're number 2 behind this traffic before landing's complete. I'm going to begin my approach. I'm just about 900 and we're about 50 knots. So I'm going to intercept the shallow approach angle.
Archer 874 Echo hold short.
Okay.
Which is between 5 and 8 degrees. And basically we're looking for the approach angle of the runway or the touchdown point to be slightly above the trim strings on the glare shield.
Okay.
All right, so I've intercepted that 5 to 8 degree. I'm going to reduce collective and apply aft cyclic to begin to slow back. And I want to touch down at or above ETL, so 16 to 24 knots at my touchdown point, which is the numbers. All right, so we're continuing to descend. We got a 250 foot per minute rate of descent, and we're at 30 knots. We're slightly above ETL.
Okay.
We're maintaining runway alignment, and below 50 feet, we're going to keep the skids in line with the landing surface.
3 miles.
Okay, remember we talked about being jerky on this thing?
Yep.
I want you to slow that down even more.
Yep.
I'm going to push CARP in, give us a little more power.
All right, we're going to continue forward and down. We're coming up on ETL. We're about 28 knots right now.
Information Foxtrot just went Colonel Natus, altimeter is 29er, 9er,
Okay, once we cross the threshold, I want about 100 feet per minute.
You want what?
100 feet per minute once we cross the threshold. 100 feet per minute.
Understood.
445 Delta.
All right, we're continuing forward and down, slowing back. Here comes the shutter. We're crossing through effective translational
lift. From the west, sir, left downwind.
Yeah, 100 feet per minute. You're 200 right now.
All right, we're going to increase collective. Slow that descent.
Echo, runway 13 and Foxtrot.
And as we touch down, we're going to use the cyclic to control for drift, and gradually reduce collective, and adjust the pedals to maintain heading. All right, collective full down, and controls are neutral.
All right, let's go pick up. We'll do right traffic.
All right, 4 takeoff is good. Picking up.
Easy on that collective.
724 Delta Papa, I copied you, ready to go.
Watch the RPMs when you raise collective, because they creep up into the red. All right, on the go.
Got it. Tower helicopter. helicopter 142 Victor Alpha is takeoff, runway 35, remain right close.
Up to Victor Alpha, roger.
Why are you climbing so high, dude? We're not 45 knots yet, okay? Stay in ground effect 5 feet till 45.
Got it.
Don't put us in that shaded area. Alright,
November 8741 Echo New Braunfels. Fly runway heading for now, runway 35, clear for takeoff.
Again, just working on slowing down that cyclic a little bit is the big deal. And then you're crossing the threshold 300 feet per minute. I want to cross the threshold at 100 and keep it a gentle descent.
Roger. Don't have you in sight
Coming down a
yet.
little too
Traffic
fast.
is an arch.
Okay.
I'll have you now. Your runway 35, clear to land. All right, clear to land.
All right, so we're at 900.
And Tower Helicopter 142 Victor Alpha, could we get short approaches and patterns to 13 to stay out of your way there, or to 31 to stay out of your way there?
To Victor Alpha, say again your request.
Could we get short approaches and patterns to 31 to stay out of your way there, to Victor Alpha?
To Victor Alpha, just make right close 35.
Right close 35 to Victor Alpha.
Clear right, turning right.
November 724 Delta Papa New Braunfels Tower, fly runway heading, maintain 3000, runway 35, clear for takeoff.
Runway heading, maintain 3000, cleared for takeoff, 4 Delta Papa.
We got a helicopter spooling up down
Roger,
there.
8741 Echo, traffic, a helicopter in right close, and with that traffic in sight, northeast is approved.
Traffic in
All right,
sight,
he's heading our way.
Echo, northeast, approved.
All right. Come on down to the
All right,
right.
turning right downwind. Could be 1200, 75 knots.
Good. So we'll just report midfield right downwinds whenever we get there.
And 45 Delta, can I land long? I'm going to the fuel pump.
45 Delta, you can expect to exit the runway at the end, sir.
All right, lights RPM, gauges, 3/4, 3/4.
Okay.
4 landing set.
Okay. You need to tell the student to raise, identify and raise.
4 Delta
right?
Papa,
Identify and
traffic
raise.
straight ahead of you is
Heartbeat.
Archer. He'll be
You've identified and raised.
turning here shortly to the northeast.
Okay, 4 Delta Papa has the traffic in sight.
New Braunfels Tower, helicopter 142 Victor Alpha is midfield for 35s.
8741 Echo, if able, start your right turn now. Traffic is experimental. Coming up behind you pretty quick. He's IFR climbing at 3000.
41 Echo's making the right turn now. We'll get out
Busy day out here. I'll get him again right now.
Helicopter 12 Victor Alpha, runway 35, clear for option.
142 Victor Alpha, clear option, runway 35.
New Braunfels Airline 5.
Airline 5, New Braunfels Tower.
Airline Fran, information box drive, I can taxi for departure, to take off to the north and departure to the west.
All right, we're looking for that 45-degree angle out the right rear. We're at 1200, a little slow. At 65, need to get up and cross.
November 4 Delta Papa, contact San
4
Antonio.
landing's good.
San Antonio, thank you very much, 4 Delta Papa.
Searching for traffic.
1 Echo, like 5, following a 128.05, you have safe flight.
I'm going to begin my turn to base, reduce collective, and right turn.
And November 45 Delta, continue to the end, cross runway 13 Delta Alpha to parking.
And what type of landing? Run on?
No, same thing.
Airline 5, New Braunfels Tower, traffic is a Cessna exiting the runway, going to the fuel pumps, departure from the ramp at BH runway, use caution. Winds are variable at 3, and you can proceed on course.
All right, second final on the other downwind, we're clear.
All right, so we'll come in a little more shallow on this one, and that way we can ease up that descent. So do not cross the threshold with more than 100 foot per minute descent.
Understood. All right, turn and final. All right, this will be a shallow approach to a run-on landing.
4643,
5 to 8 degrees.
9 miles to the east.
We're currently at 50 knots.
46423 New Braunfels Tower, roger, 4 miles east.
We're
gonna get a runway alignment.
You did
Keep the
safe
descent,
flight,
yeah, keep the descent.
Affirmative on Foxtrot rule, 4 miles east of the field,
There you go.
43.
Right.
All right, we're going to ride the angle down.
Ground cross runway 3.
5 to 8 degrees. Continue to slow back, staying above ETL until just prior to touchdown, and then no more than 100 foot per minute at the threshold.
There you go. Okay, and don't forget to remind the student when we're getting close, about 50 feet or so, push the car feet all the way in. And always have them identify that so they say, hey, look at that black knob car feet, push it down, please, for me.
All right, so we got skids aligned with the runway. We're continuing forward and down. We're at 28 knots, just above ETL. We're going to wait for that shutter. When we touch down, cyclic for directional control and pedals for heading.
So start raising collective a little bit. There you go.
All right, we're going to arrest that rate of descent.
Just a little bit more. 100
Here comes
feet per
ETL.
minute. We're 200 now. Okay, now 100. There you go. Just hold 100 feet per minute. Right around, just around ETL. Let's try not to bounce it this time.
Okay.
Slow down the cycle a little bit more. There you go. Okay, right before touchdown, I want to add a little bit of forward cycling. So keep it forward.
To level us?
Yeah, keep it forward. And now lower, 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 lower. Come on, get the thing down. Get it down. Get it down. So you're holding the collective. I want, as soon as you touch down, do not stop moving that collective down until you hit the stop.
Okay.
So we'll get down to the ground because we don't want to continue on when we're sliding for as long as we need to, right? Especially at our slow speed.
Understood.
All right, pick it up. So as we raise collective, slow on that first 3 inches. Once it gets loaded, now we can come on up.
All right, before takeoff's good.
Yep, you got to give the governor a second to check it. All right. You go ahead, go. Clear for the
Yep, we're cleared for the option.
So on this one, focus on keeping this height until 45 knots.
367 Alpha Alpha, New Braunfels Tower, Roger,
There you
report 5 miles east of the field.
Report 5 miles.
Keep that collective down a little bit. There you go.
Airline 5, frequency change
For 45, wait for 45. Now raise it up. There we go. So on the light wind days, it'll really pull it
391
up.
Romeo, New Braunfels Tower, make left close traffic, runway 35, clear for takeoff.
Roger, clear for takeoff. Runway 35, left close traffic, 391 Romeo.
46423 and 867 Alpha Alpha, just be advised I got told Seguin Auxiliary just opened up.
Oh, great.
We'll stay clear. 867 Alpha Alpha. Did you review 423? That was broken.
423, I just got told that Seguin Auxiliary has opened up. Just use caution for the T-38
So we'll probably, with the auxiliary open, we'll save settling power for a different day so we don't get crashed into the T-38 jet.
Okay.
So what we'll do is we'll just do a downwind departure. And Tower Helicopter 142 Victor Alpha, like to depart southwest Cuba.
Couple 142 Victor Alpha, Roger, right turn on course is approved.
On course 2 Victor Alpha. Okay. So we'll just kind of head out kind of southeast bound.
Okay.
About 1,200 feet is fine. No higher than that. All right, so as we come back into the airfield, actually on the way,
we head back to Huber?
Yeah, back to Huber. Yes, sir. Yeah, so southeast bound. Let's keep me kind of. I don't want to get too close to the traffic pattern bound. Just this is fine right here.
Okay.
So I'm going to direct to.
So they're okay with you overflying the parking areas and stuff here?
423, Roger, report entering a right base for runway 35 traffic.
Because we're not really overflying the aircraft right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Right base for 35, and I'm looking for the traffic 423.
Because I mean, at 500 feet, we can in the event of an engine failure, we can avoid hitting anything.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So, I mean, if we're taking off at 100 feet, you know, they definitely don't want us flying over aircraft, but they're not really particular of it over here compared to like other busier deltas like Georgetown and stuff, but
yeah, I've flown in some other areas where
they're like, do not overfly.
Yeah, don't overfly the parking or hangar areas.
It's just the same as like they really don't even care if you say on the go, and they just, you know,
if you're clear for the option, you're clear for the option.
Exactly right.
That was a lot. That was the busiest I've seen that airfield. We've only the second time there.
Some deltas will require you to say when you're on the go.
Traffic just southeast of the field off the runway, just about a mile southeast. Do you have them in sight?
Looking 423.
Cover 12 Victor Alpha traffic east of the field is a Skyhawk inbound for right base for 35.
Surfing for traffic, we're at 1,200.
Searching.
East of the field, so it's probably about almost straight left of us. We're good. I think if we're at this altitude, he shouldn't be down here anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm looking like slightly above the horizon in that misty area. I don't see him.
Pull some carb heat.
I do not have that traffic, 423.
423, Roger. They're about 2 miles southeast of the field, and he said they're at 1,700 below.
Oh, we're at 1,200, but all right.
423, it looks like they're just about to come up on the power line southeast of the field.
I got him in sight. He's.
You got?
That's a bird, actually.
Okay. Just maximum speed. Pull 22 inches.
423, Roger.
Get us out here. 22. Not 24.
Up to 2 Victor Alpha, frequency change approved. No factor.
Free change approved. Good day, 2 Victor Alpha. All right. So we will switch, and now we can focus on the lower RPM. Okay. So for demonstrating the lower RPM, so I have controls.
You have flight controls?
I have controls. So we're going to talk about what are you going to see. You're going to see the yaw to the left. You're going to hear the rotor and the engine come down.
Yep.
And you're going to hear and see the lower rotor RPM warning system. So I'm going to say, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and roll it down to 97 and show you that the helicopter continues to fly at that RPM. So just pay attention to the noises that you're
Are you going to go governor off first?
Nope.
Okay.
Just gonna,
so you're just going to kind of override the governor?
Yeah, it doesn't take much at all
okay.
to override it. Okay, horns on.
Yep, we're still flying. And you can feel the vibration.
You can.
The cyclic has a vibration.
But we have a 0 VSI, so we're not descending. So
yep, we're actually climbing.
I'm just going to actually allow the governor to maintain RPM.
Okay.
And so now I'm going to get into that and show you the recovery procedure. So what we're going to do, as soon as we roll down and that horn comes on, we're going to roll up, lower collective, and fly aft side.
Yep.
Hang on 1 second. Hubert Chap, helicopter 142 Victor Alpha, 3 miles northwest, maneuvering 1,200, going to be southwest bound. Hubert. Okay, all right, so.
Now, I think it's important to note too, we're not rolling up to full throttle. We're
just enough to get.
We're rolling up to get in the green.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you don't have an overspeed in flight.
But that's why we're watching the throttle, right?
Yeah,
we're watching it because you can, right now I could override the governor and roll it way past the TAC, register, right? So,
right.
All right, so we're going to come back down a little bit. Okay, so horns on, so roll on, lower, aft, watching the RPMs. Now I'm going to get back, raise collective forward cyclic a little bit, just to get back into forward flight.
Yep.
And then diagnose, okay, what caused that? So we're going to do it one more time.
Runway 14.
Okay, horn, roll on, lower, aft, watching the RPMs. Just nice, a relaxed grip on the throttle, doesn't take much. So now I would say, okay, you have controls?
Okay, I have all flight controls.
You have all flight controls, so you're flying, maintain control of the aircraft.
I have control.
I'm going to roll the throttle down and I want you to recover, so we're going to do it together, just nice and relaxed.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll it down, let the horn and light come on. Okay, recover.
All right, I'm going to roll on, lower, and gentle aft.
There you go. Yeah. Now, let's do it again. Let's do it simultaneously, though. I want to do all those together, right? So instead of breaking them up. So let's increase our speed a little bit.
I'm going to hold 60 and 1200.
Okay, very good. Okay, so I'm going to initiate that low RPM. Wait for the horn. Keep flying it, though. Okay.
All right, low RPM. I'm going to roll on.
Lower aft.
Lower and aft.
There you go. Again, you're applying a little bit more force on the throttle than I would like for this training. So let's again focus on doing everything together. So
okay.
I have to stay on here, but I'm flying the aircraft.
All right, I have all controls.
60. Yep. So I have controls, but you're staying on here. Yep.
Got it. I'm ghosting.
All right, there you go. All right, so I'm going to roll it down, and then I'm going to roll on lower aft. So I'm doing it all at the same time, but it's a little bit of force, right? So I can feel a lot of force from you on the throttle.
Yeah.
I want you to ease it up a little bit more
okay.
than that. And be aware of that, the students will do that.
Got it.
Okay.
All right, I have all controls.
Your controls, and I have the throttle until I say recover. So as soon as the horn comes on, okay, recover.
Roll on lower aft.
There you go. Back into flight. Okay, good. And then, as soon as we recover, try to get that airspeed back.
Right.
All right, so now we're going to raise a little bit to get that airspeed back. If it comes down again, then now we need to do something different with our collective pitch setting, right?
Right.
Hubert traffic helicopter 2 Victor Alpha. We're 2.5 miles to the northwest, maneuvering 1,300 over Lake McQueenie, Hubert. All right, so low rotor RPM. So now, and I say, okay, from this point on, I may roll the throttle down and the horn come on. What I want to see is that maneuver and say I'm trying to build your automatic response to low RPM.
I got you.
On the go.
So I tell them, hey, be ready. And then what we'll do is we'll go on to another maneuver, and then 10 minutes later, I'll roll it down. And every 10 minutes or so, I'll give them a low rotor situation. Okay. Right?
Can I roll it down to 97?
Sure. Yeah.
Self-induce.
Yeah.
All right. So flying straight. I'm 65, and we're at 1400. We're a little high, but I'm going to roll the throttle back. 97. Just to get a feel for it?
Sure, yeah. Let that horn come on down. Let that horn come on. There you go.
All right, there's a horn. I'm going to roll on, lower, and aft.
There you go. So make sure we're coming aft, right? The same time.
About like that?
Yeah, but just make sure that it happens at the same time, right? Don't wait too long.
Yeah, you can even, if you just do it now, you can see the needle slightly increase.
Because if you wait too long, then as the RPMs are hitting the green, you're going to come aft, and then it's going to go beyond the point where you want it to go. All right. So now raise collective, get back above 60.
All right.
Again, remember, don't induce a student in this when you have low airspeed.
Right.
Because if they mess up, it's going to be harder for you to recover.
Understood.
So again, do not exceed for 20 degrees in this thing. Don't exceed 22.5 inches.
Yep.
All right, let's maintain about 1,300, no higher. Remember, we got jets going at about 330 knots or so. right about this altitude, so
okay.
Let's come down about
I'll come
12.
down, back down to 12.
Yeah, let's go southbound.
All right, clear left, turn left.
Clear it. For some reason the altitude is not on. There we go. All right, southbound. Southbound is what I wanted. We're turning quite a bit farther than that.
Gotcha.
There we go. All right, that's good. Okay, so go ahead and self-induce.
All right, rolling throttle down to 97. All right, I'm gonna roll on, lower and aft.
There you go. All right.
And then fly the helicopter.
Cool. Get back into it.
I'm gonna get my airspeed back to 60. Coming back down to 1200.
Okay.
All right, we're at 12.5 and 60. Want me to do one more?
No, we're good. Let's just head back towards the airfield. Get me in back into Huber.
Okay, clear left, turning left.
All right, so how do we want to enter this pattern here?
Well, we could use 3-4.
Okay.
I'm searching for the airfield right now. Going to be at 1,100 feet, traffic pattern altitude, and I have the hangar, so I have the airfield in sight. So we'll go ahead and make a left base for 3-5.
3-4.
3-4. And you don't have us up direct, but we're about 3 miles to the southwest.
Okay. Well, let's let the Huber know, because there's an aircraft.
And we are 1229 up on Huber, correct? Yep.
Yes, sir.
Huber traffic, helicopter 142 Victor Alpha is 3 miles to the southwest, inbound to land runway 34 Huber.
Okay. All right, let's start getting that altitude where it needs to be.
Huber traffic, helicopter 4 Bravo Bravo is on the go off of 16.
16.
Remaining in the pattern.
All right, so we'll amend to 16. And last call in Huber, 142 Victor Alpha. We'll amend and follow you in the pattern on 16. We're about 2.5 miles out for 16. And searching for traffic. We're at 70 knots. I'm coming down to 1200, or 1100 rather. And he was just on the go.
Yeah.
I got him in sight.
I think that's a car right there.
I think you're right.
And Huber traffic, helicopter 4 Bravo Bravo is now left downwind for 16. Huber.
I've got him in sight. So, just go for the. I don't know where you're going right now. Just enter the right downwind. Coming over here. Enter a 45.
Okay, I was going to do a right base.
Why? The proper protocol is the 45 degree right downwind. So if we're already set up for that, go for it, right?
You're absolutely right.
I mean, I agree. If we're coming in 3-4, there's no reason to go around. But you know, if we're set up for that, always try to go in the downwind.
Understood. All right, I'm coming down to 1100. I'm at 70. I'm going to set up for a 45 degree entry for a right downwind. Okay, you're below 18-inch manifold pressure. Well, you were for a second, but make sure that we do our descent checklist before we start coming down. So the car feet's already up. Lights are at RPM's green. 1, 2, 3 in the green. Fuel half and half. Huber traffic, helicopter 142 Victor Alpha, setting up for a right downwind, runway 16, have traffic in sight, Huber.
And Huber traffic, helicopter 4 Bravo Bravo's turning right base for 16, Huber.
It looks like they're doing auto rotation in, so.
Got it, yep. Yeah, because they're slightly higher than us.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, before landing is set. All right, going to roll throttle, reduce, and half cyclic.
There you go.
Low RPM.
So there's an example, right, of what I'm talking about. So you're getting focused on this, and then that's when I hit you with the low RPM, and then that's exactly how we would utilize it.
All right, turn to left for a right downwind. We're at 1100, getting airspeed back up.
Jump over the Houston skydive.
And before landing is good. Gauges in the green, RPM, lights.
Okay.
Good traffic, check.
And yeah, that's one of those things that after you introduce it, try to throw it in there maybe one time a flight just so they're kind of on their toes about it, because that needs to be an auto reaction just like that. And engine failure, you have to react real quickly to that stuff before it becomes catastrophic, right? So.
What type of approach do you want to do it?
Let's do a steep approach. So this will set us up for applying it to the confined area here in just a little bit.
Okay.
So we'll do steep approach to the numbers.
Alright, so we're looking for that 45 degree. We're roughly there now. We're clear right. With a reduced collective, we're a little high, but that works out for a steep approach. Sure. Turning right. And we're looking for 960 on the base leg. Hubert traffic 142, helicopter 142 Victor Alpha is turning right base runway 16 Hubert.
Hubert traffic, Hooker from Bravo is clear. Central traffic pipeline 3 o'clock.
Coming down, we're about 200 feet high.
North,
yep.
I'll be transitioning.
I'm going to use airspeed down to my 60 knots.
1,100 feet.
Reduce collective, get down to 900 feet. Alright, so steep approach, we're looking at 13 to 15 degree approach angle, which is approximately on the trim strings for the touchdown area. I'm continuing forward and down.
Clear left.
Checking final, we're clear.
Come on, get down. There you go. If you hit it early, that's fine, but don't consider yourself up to be too steep coming in there. So.
Hubert traffic, helicopter 142 Victor Alpha is final, runway 16 Hubert. Alright, so I'm very slow. We want to be 900 feet and really between 40 and 60 knots at this point. I'm looking to intercept that approach angle, which is going to be 13 to 15 degrees.
This airspeed's fine, yeah.
Okay.
So
Alright, that's about the trim strings, and my touchdown point will be the numbers. So I've intercepted the angle. I'm going to initiate the approach. I'm going to reduce collective and put in right pedal for reduced torque to maintain heading. And I'm going to imagine a line going from the center point of the skids down to my touchdown point. I'm going to ride that angle all the way down, continuously applying aft cyclic to reduce airspeed. And I want to arrive at the touchdown point in with 0 forward airspeed at a stabilized 5-foot hover. Alright, so during the steep approach, we want to be cognizant of settling with power.
Okay. Stop this, stop.
Yep.
There you go. Smooth controls.
We got a 200 foot per minute rate of descent. This approach will be to a hover.
No hover approach. All the way to the ground.
All the way to the ground. Alright, I'm going to continue forward and down. Forward and down.
Eyes are straight ahead now.
Looking outside.
There you go.
Alright, collective's coming full down. And controls neutral.
So make sure, get in the habit of telling them to push that curb heat down, right? Because it's fine now, but in the summertime, this thing will...
You want to anticipate needing that power.
You will exceed the...
on short final.
Yeah, exactly.
So really, it's a pre-landing check.
Yeah.
Alright.
I would say like a short final check, right?
Yeah.
So, alright, let's do some... we've got about 3 quick stops we can get in the runway here.
Okay.
So let's do one. So the first one you're demonstrating.
Now, you're going to announce that on CTAP that you're doing quick stops?
Yeah, just say quick stops north to south on 16.
Hubert traffic, helicopter 142 Victor Alpha will be doing some quick stops on 16 north to south. Hubert.
So again, aware of the RPMs, that first 3 inches or so in the collective as we race it, let the governor catch it and come back down. Go a little faster, like just a smooth, it's that rapid excel that we want to avoid, right? Just a smooth coming up.
Honestly, I think I'm used to more violent maneuvers. I just need to break that habit.
Sure.
All right, so basically this is going to be an air taxi, so before takeoff is good. And we're going to accelerate forward 40 feet, 40 knots, and then call our decel.
Okay. And we're just going to say quick stop. We're not going to count, we're just going to say quick stop.
All right, so I'm going to apply increase collective and forward cyclic, pedals to control heading.
Stay down a little bit, don't over exceed that power.
Okay.
So just like a normal takeoff, stay down low.
Yeah, I got you.
There you go.
Yep.
Now you'll
all right, we're looking for 40 knots.
Level out. So level out right here.
And we're looking for the building tops.
Okay.
And I'm going to initiate a decel. I'm going to reduce collective, aft cyclic, and pedals to control heading. As we slow, we're going to begin to settle. We're going to anticipate an increase in collective to slow the rate of descent. Watching our power, and we're going to stabilize or terminate to a stabilized 5-foot hover.
All right, so instead of saying initiate decel, I want you to say quick stop. Boom.
Quick stop.
It's meant to be like a, hey, boom, stop now, right? So, all right, I have controls?
You have all controls.
I have controls. Okay, so remember, when we're taking off, stay in that ground effect.
Yep.
Right? Don't start climbing up and exceeding your power. You got to watch your power. Remember, power management is key in R22, and this is with ideal conditions.
Yeah.
So we're gonna pop up. Once we get a little airspeed, don't forget on that climb out, lower collective and maintain level attitude. So we're gonna say quick stop, lower aft right. Hold this. As soon as we start to sink down, raise collective, forward cycle left pedal, and ride that rumble all the way down. Kind of treat it like a steep approach at the end. So you don't make sure that, remember, technically we're supposed to initiate with the cyclic, so make sure that we're not popping down first, because that's not going to slow us down. It's that aft cyclic.
Yeah, I mean, it really should be.
It should be
simultaneous,
right?
Yeah. All
so,
three.
Exactly. But remember you know, if we need to go, if we do flare up, it's really, you know, most likely it's on a takeoff and there's somebody pulling out of us or something like that. So the point is to stop the port.
And at 40 knots, you're really not going to see a big balloon. That would be more like 70. 80.
Exactly, right? Yeah. So let me kind of show you what a student, you know, that's over controlling it, and kind of pay attention to what the correlator does on this when if I lower too quickly.
We're at 25.
Yep. So I'm gonna pop up a little bit and quick stop.
Oh wow, yeah. This is what a student would do. Really aggressive.
Probably,
I mean, it's almost settling.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like. It's a rapid, dude. You're
like
almost
a freaking emergency.
You can, you know, it could, one emergency could induce another, right? So it's really easy for them to lose control of the aircraft if they're putting it into such a wild thing, right?
Right.
And it's also easy to exceed things. So the governor's working super hard. You've got big manifold pressure changes. It's really hard for them to keep the thing, but like I said, with my arm going like this, I'm likely to pull aft and right at the same time.
Right.
Okay, you have controls?
I have all controls.
You have all controls. Let's come around and let's do a steep approach to confined area. We'll do some slopes over on that side, over there.
Okay, over to that grass area where we, I got it. Okay.
Yeah. All right, so.
All right, lights RPM, gauges green, carb heat identified, going off.
Okay. Okay, be aware of that.
Yep.
Don't do that, because if you come up in here, just push that, the collective comes up. So if you're going to do that.
Why did that come up?
Well, there's a carb heat assist, right?
Got it. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me show you real quick. I have controls.
Yep. You have controls.
Now let's say we're in a descent. We forget carb heat. Watch when we lower collective descent. It actually applies a little bit.
I got you. All right.
Right?
Yeah.
So what
do you do, solo pilot?
Huh? Well, you sit the right seat. You're not flying solo from the left seat.
No, I know that. Yeah. But so you're still. I mean, you got to take your hand off the collective.
No, you don't. Look.
All right, I got you.
Right. So I mean, my palm is always on the collective. When I push down, it's easy to get it right.
Understood. Okay.
But you're not going to be solo from the left seat, so that's why use that. All right.
All right. Before takeoff is good now. Lesson learned on the carb heat.
There you go.
I have all controls. Cuba traffic, helicopter 142, Victor Alpha, takeoff, runway 16, remain right closed for confined area, Huber. All right, clear left, right, and above, coming up.
Should be where you just have one obstacle, that little rebar thing sticking out right there.
Launching power. There's our 40 knots. What do you got, a cleaning today?
What's that? Yeah, got a cleaning before fillings.
Ugh.
Yeah. They said one's on the verge of root canal, but I went to the root canal specialist. They said they don't think I need it this time, but I'm like, oh shit.
Terrible.
So they said do the filling, see if it bothers you after that, and if it doesn't, then you're good.
Clear right and above, turn it right.
A little more. Let's push a little more speed here.
Roger.
So we might have to save max performance towards the end when we're a little bit lighter on fuel there.
Okay. All right, climbing up to 1100. Need more speed. Turn it right downwind, clear right. All right, we're at 1100, looking for 75.
Keep that. Come on, keep the speed.
Yep. All right, 4-lane check, lights, RPM, gauges are all in the green, and carb heat identify and put on, please. Carb heat's on. Cuba traffic, helicopter 142, Victor Alpha is right downwind for 16, a beam 16, confined area, Huber. I assume the other guys know what the confined area is?
No. You say Northwest T hangars.
Northwest
T
hangars.
Right now you should be doing your checklist, right?
Right, for confined area? I'm sorry, I misunderstood. All right, so For the high reconnaissance, 3 to 500 foot AGL, acronym's T-slow. So situation.
Okay, so do a left 360. Do a left 360.
Clear left, coming around left.
Clear right. Start that. I mean, get that down when it call the way, and then start it when it's about 2 o'clock or so, or 1 o'clock from you, because you're starting it when it's to the side, and you're not going to even be able to see your spot. Now with this one, we can't orbit really. I mean, we don't want to orbit over the approach into the runway. So just make your downwind a little closer on this confined area.
Yeah, okay.
You're good.
All right, so the acronym is T-slow, 3 to 500 feet. And ideally, we would come back to right about here, bucket speed, 65 knots. And so the situation, we're going to conduct a confined area training. I'm going to land, I have that small white building in sight, and our landing site will be just slightly to the left of that field, to the left of that small white building. The surface, it's a grass field, short grass, no issues there. Size, I'd say it's roughly 6 rotor discs by 1.5 rotor discs, length width.
Okay.
The slopes will be 5 degrees or less in and around that area.
Okay.
Obstacles, we do have wires on the, and I'm going to roll, reduce, aft, low rotor RPM.
Okay. All right, back into it.
Get my airspeed back.
Okay. Now cut it left, cut it left, cut it left.
Cutting left.
Keeper traffic helicopter 2, good Alpha right downwind for Northwest T hangars, keeper.
Obstacles, we got wires on the north side and the buildings on the east side.
Just stay parallel right here.
Okay.
Stay close. I want to be able to see the spot, right? If you're way over here, I can't hardly see the spot we're coming into.
Yep.
Right.
There's also a fence on the west side, small fence. Winds are really calm today, so not a factor. But we will land to the southeast.
Okay, so we do have wires and.
So that wire will cross at the pole at those wires.
Okay. On the pole on this side.
The pole to the left of the landing area, so the north side of the landing area, the north side of the road.
Why don't we just cross on the one that's closer to us, because that other one would make us go over top of the hangars right there, so.
Yeah, the one closer to us, yeah, I think we're talking about the same one.
Charlie is 5 miles to the east.
All right, so
do like a little teardrop out.
Yep. Clear left, teardrop entry in, 4 landings good, car feeds on.
3-1, Yoakum, traffic.
I felt that throttle manipulation coming. All right, clear right, turn right.
Remember, initiate with the collective. Lead with collective on the descent. That's one thing. People will start the turn. They'll come into final 200 feet high, right?
Now, did you want a steep approach in, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so descend. You're still not turning. We're in a base. Or you're still not descending, sorry. There you go.
All right, coming down to 900. I got the landing area in sight. I got the pole in sight that you're talking about.
Pipeline to the south, going directly over the field at 2000 Cartman.
All right, we're about 45 knots. We're in the direction of landing. This will be our approach end. We're beginning our low reconnaissance now. So as we continue forward, just looking to confirm what we discovered on our high reconnaissance. We're 900 feet. This will be a steep approach to the ground in the forward 1/3 of the landing area.
All right.
I've got the wires in sight. We're going to cross at the pole. We're going to land in the forward 1/3 of the landing area. All right, so the touchdown point is in line with the trim strings. I'm going to initiate their approach. So reduce collective, which it already is. We're at a 250 foot per minute rate of descent.
You're hot, Mike.
I'm going to maintain that 13 to 15 degree angle all the way down to the ground.
Quit moving that leg.
I don't know what's going on there.
I feel like you're trying to tap dance over there.
All right, 200 foot per minute. You can still feel the shudder. I think the wind's keeping us, giving us some lift.
Quit moving that leg, nervous Nancy.
I know, yeah, I don't know what's going on with it. I got shaky leg syndrome.
There you go.
All right, looks like it'll be a right skid up.
Preliminary traffic, pipeline down to Romeo, directly over the field at 2000, departing to south, Cartman.
All right, I don't know what I got to do to make you put that carpet in, but or tell me to do it, but we got to get that. All right.
I understand. All right, we'll clear left, right, below, coming forward and down to the ground.
Okay, no hover approach. All right, good landing. All right, so it's good. So just remember when you're turning on that base, lead with collective. Make sure that they start that descent, because otherwise if you don't say lead with collective, start it first. So lower collective right pedal, then start the turn. and at least it'll get them going down that direction. Because the biggest problem that students will have is they'll turn on final and they'll be like 500-600 feet.
Right.
And then once they go solo, then they'll be at 700 feet, right? So I mean, because they're only going to be used to this much power, and they're going to climb like a rocket ship 1,000 feet per minute. So
right.
really emphasize getting that collective down, initiate the descent. So,
Okay.
Yeah, good. The biggest thing, like I said, I'm going to probably harp on you for this entire training is slow down with this guy with the jittery, and then easy on the leg. Just keep that heel easy. I mean, you're
just relaxing. Yeah.
Relax,
well, it's because I got my leg up. Yeah, it's like muscle failure. I don't know why. Yeah.
Well, so this is like, it's really hard to be precise.
Yeah.
If your heel's off the ground, right?
Yeah.
So keep the heel down on the controls. All right. So have we done slopes yet in this?
We have not done slopes.
Okay. All right. So I have controls.
You have all controls.
I have all 3 controls. All right. So, but
I think you guys use this right here, right?
Yeah. So good kind of miniature slope lane on here, right? But we're going to go ahead and come to that. Luckily the wind's light, so we're going to get a chance to do slopes from both directions on this one. All right. So, I would not have the student back up, but we'll just turn and get situated. And we're just going to start with a nice gentle slope, and so there's probably about a 3 degree or so right farther in there, but we can do just a couple degrees. So
what's the max you found here?
I don't think it goes above 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good to know.
It's not too bad. Yeah. So we're coming into the slope area, and I'm staying high enough up. Come to a stop. Going to turn parallel. Careful not to put my tail into the slope. And then I'm just going to let the helicopter kind of ease itself on down. Let it come down nice and slow. We're that forward and aft. Eyes are looking outside. And I'm waiting for that left skid to touch. Okay, left skid's on. So now I've reduced a little bit of collective. And now I'm not touching the collective once I get a little bit of weight on the skid. And I'm using the cyclic only to maintain myself level. So again, try not to go too much towards the upslope direction. Now, if I want to start coming down, what I don't do is lower a bunch of collective. I'm going to kind of lower like just a pressure, and then left cyclic, lower, left cyclic, lower, left cyclic, and I'm going to stay level with the collective setting down. Once I get it there, now I can just use all cyclic.
Yep.
All right. So if you get them set up to that, it's going to be a lot easier. I'm going to reduce to about 18 inches. I'm just going to feel around a little bit on the pedals, continue to lower collective smoothly and slowly until I get to the stop. Helicopter stable. Center it up. Completion maneuver, and then make sure, I've got it locked down, but make sure to push in carb heat before we take off.
Right.
All right, so now as we pick up a little bit of cyclic in the slope, and be aware, so the T-bar is going to be a little goofy because we're going to have to go up and over, so now we won't be able to be stable on our leg anymore, right? So I'm having to go up and over this, so that's why it's really hard to maintain this, precision maneuver. So as I'm raising, making sure my eyes are straight ahead, being ready on the collective, I'm feeling around. As soon as it starts to come light, I'm going to make sure to give right cyclic. Okay, so right cyclic easy. Now, as I gently raise a little bit more collective, I'm going to keep that right cyclic. So now I'm kind of left skid only on, and I'm holding right here. As I raise collective, I'm going to give left pedal and right cyclic, maintaining a straight nose. So raise, right cyclic, left pedal, come up, and then 45 degree out. Once I get about a rotor disc away, I can ease my tail back behind me, and then go forward like that. So, all right. Okay, all right, we'll do the same kind of thing here. So you have controls?
I have all flight controls.
You have all flight controls. All right, let's go ahead and walk me through that.
All right, so we're in a stabilized 5-foot hover. We've got our slope area identified. We're going to face towards the slope area, and we're going to move towards it slowly at a 45 degree angle. All right, we're stabilized 5-foot hover. We're going to slowly apply right pedal and turn skids parallel to the slope. Now, to initiate the landing, we're going to gradually reduce. We're going to maintain our eyes forward, outside and forward, and gradually reduce collective pitch until the left skid contacts the ground. Gradually coming down, gradually coming down. Once that left skid's on the ground, we're going to use the cyclic to maintain our position.
Okay, so what's happening right there, right? So why would it slide to the right?
Cyclic was not positioned into the slope.
Well, so the collective, so real quick, I'm on here with you.
Yep.
Right, so what we need to do, once we touch, keep lowering collective to put weight on the skid. Right, because you're not having enough weight on that left skid.
Yep.
So, and once we touch, so now left cyclic, and then, so keep it here. Now we got all kinds of weight on the left skid. So now hold the cyclic here, hold the level attitude, don't touch collective, all cyclic.
Yeah, okay, just getting a feel for it.
You're good.
All right.
Okay.
So we're maintaining our position.
There you go. Okay, if we're already on the ground, just go ahead and continue on with it, right? So don't maintain 20 inches of manifold pressure if we're on the skid's ground, because then we have a potential to roll that way.
Yep.
Right. So we're down low.
All right, I'm gonna go
feel around.
Yeah, 18 inches. Move the cyclic.
Pedals.
We're planted.
There we go.
Now we're going collective, going full down, and collective going neutral, or cyclic going neutral.
There you go. So you see what I mean about the whole, like, the momentum just carrying you down and slamming you down?
Yeah.
This is a pretty decent slope right here. I mean, it's utilizing a lot of cyclic.
Yeah.
So, but it doesn't look like much. But in the helicopter, it feels like a whole lot, right?
Yeah.
So that's probably the biggest problem, and that's why it's like, hey, let them spend some time on that slope and get used to it, because that balancing act, if they get a feel for that and predicting that, they'll be able to ease it on down nice and slow.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's pick it back
up. All
up.
right, so before takeoff, lights, RPM, gauges, carb heat's locked down. All right, so we're going to position apply left cyclic, position it into the slope.
Okay. All right, and remember, we don't need to go all the way, in. We can go probably about half of what brought us up, and that'll prevent us. The less cyclic we have that way, will prevent us from rolling that way.
Okay. Right. I'm going to maintain eyes forward and out, and slowly increase collective.
Okay.
In order to get the aircraft light. Now I'm using cyclic to maintain our balance and bring the fuselage level.
Okay.
Now I'm going to increase collective and apply left pedal.
All right, so you did what I was saying that students would do, right? Real quick, I have controls.
You have controls.
I have controls. All right, so I'll kind of demonstrate. So what happened there was you went to raise collective with too much cyclic still in the slope.
Yep.
So if I raise collective now, look at the cyclic, right? So look at the cyclic, we're level. What I want to do is keep raising collective and come right early, because going right too soon is not gonna hurt us as much.